I'm trying to remember in the US when the elections, when the primaries happen. I have no idea. No idea. Okay. July, August, September, October, November, December. Okay, instinct. Interesting. A wolf. Okay. October. October 2020. What do we need to know for October 2020? Up high. Okay. Self-confidence. Citrine. Acknowledge your magnificence and focus on what you do well to increase your self-esteem or self-confidence. It's safe to be powerful in a loving way. Shine your light and reach your full potential. Okay. Couple of things. Look how confident this wolf is. Trusting your instincts, trusting your inner connection, your inner ancient wisdom that you have created and developed over thousands of lifetimes on thousands of planets. Trust that. Shine your light. Be yourself. Be powerful in kind and loving ways. Also in October, because now the instinctualness is going to become more readily available. Your connection with Source is going to be even more clear and stronger. And practice doing what you do well to increase your confidence before you practice something that's harder. So as a reading teacher, one of my degrees is in reading acquisition. And one of the things that we were taught was reading fluency. And the difference between reading fluency and reading frustration is very, very narrow. So reading fluency is when you understand and can read 98% of the words on the page. Reading instruction is when you can understand 95% of the words on the page. That's where you can learn, where you're learning new vocabulary, you're learning new concepts. Reading frustration is when you recognize 92% of the words on the page. It's a very narrow window between fluency and frustration. And I'm being asked to share that with you because the same goes to this, your confidence and connecting with Source and bringing in this ancient wisdom in a kind and compassionate, powerful way. Focus on what you know and can do well. And then that will create a momentum and a confidence to try something a little bit more difficult. And to remember that a little bit more difficult does not mean a difference between 98% and 50%. It means a difference between 98% and 92%. Just a little change, a little shift to hone your skills. Just a little bit. Don't make big changes at this point in time. Okay, down below. October. Okay. The male energy. Now, I know what this is referring to is your children. If there's a male child connected to you. Oh, okay. So for some reason, the male energy is coming up. Okay, so what I'm hearing is make small changes to be gentle with yourself in a powerful and loving way, like you would nurture a male child. And to please nurture the male children this way. In my experience as a teacher and as a mother, I'm the mother of a male child. Male children are incredibly sensitive. And the ability to bounce back is not as easy as with girls. Partly just because of the way girls' brains are wired versus the way boys' brains are wired, but also because girls seek out connection right away. Male children don't feel as free to make community connections as female children do. And so their resilience is hindered as a result of this. And so it's going to be important to not only treat ourselves kindly and gently and with compassion and patience, but to please treat the male children this way as well. I'm also hearing that referring to male children may not have anything to do with the age that they are in their bodies. That the male children may be 70 plus years old. And to send them kindness and love, patience and compassion as they learn. So that the old ways can fall away and something new can emerge regarding the male energy on the planet, so that it can be more kind, it can be more compassionate, and to start small. Focus on what you do well to increase your self-esteem. It's safe to be powerful in a loving way. So we're talking about this male energy starting its shift and transformation to a more loving and powerful way, where power is shared and collaborative in a loving way towards another person. It's not a power over, it's a power with energy, and to do it in small increments. Start where you have confidence and grow your fluency in this slowly. It's a slow process. So it's going to be interesting to see how that's playing out once we get to October. Okay, up high. November. Angel of creativity. So we're talking about the root chakra. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Well, this is talking about the sex programming and the power over. Male energy dominating through the sex program that is currently on the planet. That's one way. And it's probably the strongest way at this point in time. But so what this is talking about, my imagination is the key to my success, is imagine other ways where this sexual energy can be expressed. Because it's not just sex. It's not just engaging in a sexual act with another person. It's not using sex as a way to have power over another person. This creative energy is there to create for the benefit of everyone. And there are many, many ways that this energy is expressed. It can be expressed in a healing way. It can be expressed as safety. It can be expressed in creating beautiful pieces of art or music or performance, such as dance. It can be used in creating food that is healthy and nourishing for the body. It can be ways of creating something such as a garden. There are multiple ways for creation to be expressed. That energy in the root chakra, which is linked to sexual energy, there's multiple ways for that to be expressed. And so let's come in, let's use this time to find new ways, more collaborative and co-creative ways to express that energy instead of a power over situation. Okay. What's happening down here? November 2020. Okay. Practice. Okay. That's pretty obvious. I don't really need to go into that. And it refers back to this. What you do up here, and you start practicing it down here as it comes in. Focus on what you do well. And just practice, 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 practice. That's the only way you can gain mastery of a skill. What is it, 10,000 hours? Something like that? Okay, in December. Angel of expression. I open my consciousness to various forms of expression, and I express myself with ease and grace. My creativity is activated. I am a channel of divine inspiration. I receive insights and wisdom from various cultures and philosophies. Okay, so again, it's talking about connecting with this, with the higher dimensions more easily so that you can bring in new ways of expressing yourself. How do you wish to express yourself? Is there something you need to say? Expression comes in many forms. Exactly. So, and this says explore Native American spiritual teachings. And that's something I've actually been exploring this last year, learning more about the Native American history in this country. And so what I would invite you to do, and I find this interesting that this is the month of December, immediately following October and November, which are really treacherous months for the Native American community. And I didn't know, but I found out this year regarding Halloween costumes and Thanksgiving being a celebration of a Native American massacre. I find it's interesting that it comes in December to explore Native American spiritual teachings, to respect those who were here first, on your land first. And so this is not referring to only those in the United States. This is referring to everyone around the world. Who are your indigenous peoples? Where are they? Are you interacting with them? Are you learning from their wisdom? And if not, why not? Explore that, to honor the land that they cared for so many years, that we are now living on, to come back into a more intuitive and instinctual way of living that's going to be more in harmony with Mama Gaia and the law of compassion and love, being the guide for power and control, which is really going to be self-empowerment and self-control. And then December, goodbye to the old, hello to the new. Interesting. So it looks like this is really going to be a year where duality really is transformed. It really changes to a higher level of consciousness, to a higher way of expressing power and control. And the masculine energy is also going to be transformed into something higher. Now, it's not as high as it's going to get, but it's starting in the year of 2020 is the duality of light and dark. The polarization is going to shift and change. And by the time we get to December, we're going to see significant changes. And the more that we can come into this way of being in tune, instinctual, like the indigenous peoples of the lands around the world, the easier this transition is going to be for us. So, with that, I wish you all a peaceful new year, and one in which you find deep solace within yourself and deep connection within yourself and connection to the higher dimensions, so that we can continue to elevate the consciousness on this planet. It so desperately needs to be transformed. And we're in the middle of it. It gets ugly before it gets better. But just like a wound that's been infected, you have to clean out the yuck before it can heal. So be strong. Be the bulwark, be the mountain, be the shaman. You know how to access this information for yourself, and be that for those around you. So I'm going to wrap us all up in sheets of rainbow light, gently sealing these vibrations into whatever degree is appropriate for your spiritual evolutionary state. We invite you to update all your reference points, all ways of being, perceiving, and being perceived in this world. For as you do so, you shift humanity and the planet. Let it be so, and so it is. And I will be back again for the new moon in January 10th, and we'll see if I can do another reading for the Saturn conjunction with Pluto, which is January 12th. We're in a portal time, so a lot of information is coming and going. Souls are transitioning right now all over the planet and are leaving the planet. There's a lot of things falling away during this time while this portal is open. Stay grounded, go within, be in salt water, retreat, take care of yourself. Until next time, be well.